Good afternoon. It's January 9th, 2026, and here's the weekly chart. Um, it looks to me like we're trying to break out of this range, and in doing so, we've created a range in the past. I guess you could say this is really the past 6 weeks. So I'll make this like a different color, but let's make this one red. You can see that. And we broke out this week and we had to close above the range. So did we make all-time highs? 1775. Yes, we did. Right? High 1475, high 1775. So, and it's a strong bull body, but I don't know. Here's how the daily chart looks, and it looked like we would close near our high, but let's take a look at the 1300 tick chart. So here's what today's price action looked like to me. Um, I guess before the market opened, uh, really we were just in a range from here. We'll just say. So here I'll draw this. This drawing a range simplifies it, but the way I saw it, well, let's just go through it. Let's just go through it as we normally do. We're in this range. Obviously, we break out to the high side and form like a spike and channel. But within this range, we had this like contracting triangle. So uh, we form the lows and the highs. The highs come after like 5:30. So, we're in this bull channel, and here we close the body gap. So we create a body gap right here. It looks like there was some news item here, and then we create more body gaps, but we close it here, and then you get a correction back to the EMA. So there's no real signs of like it's a crazy bull day in the making. Sell off, we go below the EMA, probably correct to about 50 to 60% before going sideways, and then the market opens, continued sideways for a little bit before kind of testing this high, and then we form this contracting triangle. So I don't really see a whole lot that I'm crazy about here. Uh, I think I wouldn't be opposed to going short here and holding until the EMA. Especially that looks like it's greater reward than it is risk. So I think that's a pretty good trade. Let's see, you'd risk low. So that's 9 ticks plus 2. You're risking 11 ticks. So let's call it 3 points. And your entry is 84. And yeah, so you're risking 3 points to get about 3.25. So that's a good risk reward ratio. So I'm gonna mark that because you need to be considering risk reward. I don't. Other than that, I don't really like anything in here. It's just a little too tight. Uh, when you see support down here, I think it's reasonable to consider. You got this kind of double bottom right here. It goes above the EMA, and then it comes back down and bounces and gives you a nice strong bull bar. And so do you hold until this level of support? I think you do. maybe take partial profits at a scalp or something, but this looks like a pretty big bar. Yeah, that's a 6 point bar. So um, looks like we had a crazy morning. Uh, can you go short here? Maybe on a limit order. And that ended up being a very good move. You could see a little bit. Some people took partial profits. Um, it looks like perhaps we just made a measured move. So boom. Let me take this. Yeah, it's almost perfect. Measure move. So at the measure move, people take profits, and we bounce at the lows of the range, and you get this bull channel that breaks out to the high side, breakout pullback, strong, continued momentum. I think if you see all this, the problem is hard to see this stuff in real time, but if you see all this, we're still in the. You could argue we're still in the. We're in the lower half of the range, so that's why it's risky. If you run into the midline, like you did right here, you get profit taking. But that's some pretty strong bull momentum, and all this is in the middle of the range, so I don't think you want to take it. A nice strong bull move here that unfortunately I just don't see how you could get in on. Unless, I mean, like, you could. It's a very quick, um, small pullback bull channel. So, you know, there's no convincing bear strength in this channel. Thing is with these, you just have to be quick to think and quick to take profits, because next thing you know, you hold and you don't think this is the end, and then you're caught up in all this. So we get a break of the channel, you get a new high, then you get a lower high here. I don't really think, yeah, you're making new highs, so I don't think you want to short it just yet. Come down here, and it looks like we might turn because we just had a strong bear move, pull back to the EMA, another pullback to the EMA, strong bear bar, but then it just reverses. So really, this turns out to be a range. And we break out and pause for a second, and then we continue higher. And again, we make a new high, and it looks, I mean, look at that. That's the bears are gaining strength here. You have a small bear body, a larger bear body, and an even larger bear body. So I think this is not a bad place to get in short. I don't think. However, we still haven't closed this body gap from over here, and there's a bunch of body gaps in this rally. So, there's things to consider, but to me, at this point, this looks okay. But you'd only be going for a scalp back to the EMA, and it doesn't look like there's really that much room. So I'm not terribly crazy about this, but I could understand why someone would go short there. And you can see you get a nice trap here. We get kind of like a failed second entry long. That fails. And we take it higher. And not the clearest trend here. I'm wondering if on a larger chart, yeah, it's a little more clear on this chart. But even still, it doesn't look like anything, super strong. It just looks like some like a bear or a bull channel. And really, I mean, to me, it looks like we're probably running into resistance at where would be the midline of this bull channel. So, unless if you draw it like that, yeah, that's probably the midline. And we had a break of it. But anyway, back to here. So, again, like yesterday, not an easy day to trade from everything I'm seeing here. We're at the top of the channel now, so you get it's tough to go long, but you do have a second entry long right here, good signal bar. We make a new high, pull back, and I mean, you don't want to break the rules of going against trend. And so don't take this short. And you can see, look, there's not a lot of room to the bottom of the channel. And when we do get to the bottom of the channel, boom, it goes back. And same thing here, you get this huge bear bar, but it's into the bottom of the channel and we pull back. So just not the greatest setups for going short counter trend. And this is a tough one. I mean, if you draw the channel, usually you're drawing a bull channel based off the lows. But this one, you have to draw it based on the highs. So if you draw it based on the highs, boom, you drag it down here. Could you argue for taking this long? I don't really think so. It's just a first entry, but it turns out to be a good move. Come up here, pull back to the EMA, we go higher. So I really just don't see much in here for scalps. And yeah, you could swing a lot. You could swing a lot, but you have to hold for a good risk reward ratio. And even today, I mean, that looks like people would have gotten chopped up a bit. Uh, I see this bear channel here. You get a breakout, high or low, but the signal bar is not really good. You could use this as your signal bar. Um, but yeah, just even though it was a bold day on the chart, it's just not very easy to trade in my opinion. So I hope everyone had a good week. I'll be back Monday.